Okay, so I'm at Dover Castle today, doing a World War II, watching World War II reenactment. So yeah, here's the castle here. This is some of it. And over this side, there's a good view of, well, I don't know if my camera can pick it up, but there's a bit of view of Dover. But yeah, let's have a look around the castle and see what today brings. Okay, so we're at the entrance now of the castle. There's the port and there's some cruise boats down there. There's a lovely view. Plus, like, I think, what this used to be called here? This a moat, isn't it? I think it's called a moat. I'm not too sure, but double check. If I'm not correct, please correct me in the comments.
Any questions you want to ask?
Oh, nice.
Far away.
How old are the guns? Like these three?
These are they're all World War II. On the one that's got the bands around it,
Yeah.
that's the First World War.
Oh, nice.
But whether it's actually dated First World War, I'm not sure. But they were used extensively in the Second World War. This is what we call the SMLE.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure if you see a date on that one. So it's got these bands around it because you can use it as a grenade launcher.
Oh, nice.
So there's a cut that goes on there, and this is to strengthen the barrel and the woodwork,
Yeah.
furniture as you call it, because otherwise that can split with the force of the actual the ballistic type of cartridge you put in for launching a grenade. So that was used extensively in the Second World War. This is the later number 4. It's basically the same rifle, the Enfield, exactly the same action, but it's more simplified
Yeah.
to make it cheaper to manufacture. So this one's actually 1944 dated.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then the Sten submachine gun, that's just a replica.
Yeah.
It's quite a good replica. Yeah, they were later, like 1942 onwards.
Nice.
So before that, yeah, Thompson. One of our guys has got a deactivated Thompson machine gun, but he hasn't bought it today. And then the light machine gun, the Bren gun,
Oh,
is
nice.
the light support weapon.
Yeah.
So every section there's a Bren group to every section. So there's loads of them going around. Because they got smaller amounts of smaller magazines, so like the Germans have belt fed, so they had lots more ammunition, whereas these obviously you have to keep on changing the mag. That's
Yeah.
why we had more men, more of these per unit. But then for a heavier weapon, we had the Vickers machine gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now after seeing those guns, which is quite interesting actually, here is a replica, I believe, of a Spitfire. And looks quite interesting actually. Hello. Is this a Spitfire or Hurricane? Spitfire. Nice. Never been this close to one before. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh wow.
And I know.
What MP40? Do you know when this one was made?
This is a replica, so this
Replica.
was quite recent.
Nice. I like the fire at the back as well.
Still fires a 9mm blank,
Nice.
same as the original.
Do you have the I don't know if you have it. You know the MG35?
No, we haven't got
No.
it. That's German weapon. So I mean, no, that is, but they was often captured because we use
Can you hold this
9mm.
quickly?
The Allies use 9mm, the same as the Germans. So if we could find one of these, we had the ammunition for it.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question? Would I be able to hold it if that's all
I
right?
can't, I'm
No.
afraid. No. A, it's not mine, and B,
Oh, okay.
English Heritage don't like it.
Nah. Oh, hopefully I can join English Heritage. I already applied. And then because I really want to do reenacting.
Right.
That's what I'm into.
Well, if you join English Heritage, I sound like one of their ambassadors now, but if you was to join today, they refund your entrance fee.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was I know Dover Castle was one of their more expensive places.
Yeah.
When we joined, a visit to Dover and one other attraction, so with Gill Castle, Walmer Castle, and that's your money back.
Yeah.
And anything else for the rest of the year then's free.
Oh, nice.
So it's well worth doing.
And I've also applied for a job here as well.
Oh, brilliant.
So I said to the job centre that I really want to do reenacting as hopefully I can make it into a full-time job as well. Like, work here and then in my spare time do some reenacting and make some money out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so a friend of ours he does the assault course down the bottom of the hill there, Sean. That's what he does, he's a full-time actor and he's always at these events.
Nice. It smells nice then.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, we'll get the coffee pot on that later on.
Nice, huh?
Is that a Thompson? That is. 1928. Again, it's a replica. 20 round mag rather than a 30. You see the difference in length. So that's a 30 round mag, that's a 20. That much bigger.
Oh.
Again, it's a great weapon for World War II. One of my favourite weapons, World War II. Great assault weapon. Not particularly accurate.
Nah.
Could fire a single shot. But it wasn't designed for accuracy. They were designed to storm bunkers and buildings. But yeah, brilliant assault weapon. Normally issued to sergeants and above, rather than your privates and your second lieutenants, etc. So yeah, 1928.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, cracking bit of kit. I love it. I think they're brilliant.
I could sit here all day and talk about guns in World War II. I'm guessing that.
Stop carbine.
Yeah.
Again, airborne.
Yep.
When you jump over your head, there with the stock folded. It's not so clumsy.
Nah.
Not a particularly powerful weapon.
Nah.
Small caliber. More of an assault rifle than anything else. But not particularly popular with the troops.
Nah.
Because you had to generally hit your enemy 2 or 3 times to make any real impact on them. Whereas something like the Thompson or the MP40
would make an impact.
Makes a much bigger role, much more powerful. But, you know, better than a poke in the eye of a sharp stick.
It is, yeah. Got another question. You know that one there, that machine gun there with the bullets there, what country used that? Was it Americans?
That's a Browning 30 caliber, American.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like
30 odd 6 ammunition.
Oh, nice. And then you got like is that a rocket launcher, is it, or bazooka?
Bazooka, yeah.
Lovely. I like the setup as well.
Well, sometimes simple's better. Keep it simple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, got a bit of a mixture. We've got a little bit of German, a little bit of American.
Lovely.
Slight British.
Thank you very much for that.
No, you're welcome. Enjoy.
Oh wow. What did that used to be used for in the war? That nice
Anti-tank.
Anti-tank. And then we've got the German dog here.
What dog you got?
Cockers, Labrador and Spaniel.
In the bag. The dog barking, can you see it? Don't get him too close to that, otherwise he'll be an hot dog.
Can I get my picture? cool. Let's have a look.
You want to do a little chat about your pouch there?
It's interesting that.
So this warhead was based off the recoilless anti-tank warhead.
Yeah.
So the front's exactly the same, and to make it fit this, they redesigned the back. It's got grooves either side to cling onto the sides, help it go through. So on the other side, it's electrically fired.
Yeah.
That's cocked. That's to fire it.
Nice. Do you know when that was built at all, like the originals?
43.
43.
This one's produced, and it was without a shield.
Yeah.
So they had to work out a way to fire it safely so you get your face burnt off, because once the warhead was fired, it ignites straight away in the tube.
Okay,
so
yeah.
it's a big backblast. So guys wore gas masks.
Yeah.
Some developed made their own shields, like a billed kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Something like that. Then they came up with a factory-produced shield.
Oh,
and
nice.
they kind of back issued it to everybody else. You got replacement glass, because these could shatter.
Yeah.
And with no glass there, it's completely useless, because the back glass is going to go through into your face. There's a few upgrades, mostly with the sighting in front.
Yeah.
And there's a shorter version. Some guessing it's about that short.
Yeah.
So it's a bit easier to manoeuvre, because it's quite cumbersome. I don't even want to have a carrier.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I can hold it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Can someone grab my camera if that's alright? Would you be able to hold my camera?
Oh, yeah,
or something?
sure.
Cheers. This is filming, by the way.
Yeah.
So. No. Like this.
Oh, okay.
Hand on there. Have a hand on this one. That's it. Yeah, you might not working.
No, I can know what the Germans did. Is that, so this one needs to shoot on the tanks or something? Or
Yeah, anti-tank and anti-fortification. So
It's kind of based off the American bazooka,
yeah.
which is a lot smaller. So this is a 8.8 centimetre. Rather than, I'm not sure what the American bazooka size was. I think it was 60. Is it?
Right, thank you very much.
We ended up making hundreds.
The other one I wanted, I'm interested in, is the MG. Is that the MG?
that's the MG42 there, and we've got the
42.
MG34 up on the drive, the 3-leg mount up there on the anti-aircraft.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry?
Yeah.
Really? A prototype?
Is that no the MG30? Is that the heavy one or is that the?
So the Germans
Really?
broke it. The Germans decided to go with a general purpose machine gun, sort of so a universal machine gun. So it could be that's deployed in the light roll there, so it would be just deployed on a bipod. So
Really?
But these were super bazookas, the big ones.
this would be carried by one man. They'd work in a team of 2 or 3, so the second man would be responsible for loading this belt into the side.
Nice.
Because they try and always fire this from the lying down, the prone position where possible.
Yeah.
But necessities dictated that it could be fired from the hip or the shoulder.
Yeah.
If needs be. So in the bipod position.
Not the, so not like the early.
Who's MG2? Oh, Mindel, come and be my MG2 for a sec. So MG1 would be behind the gun,
And the other one be holding the bullets.
holding the stock with this grip here. stabilising it. MG2's job would be feeding these rounds and deploying the bipod on the front sight, so when you move into position, these sights fold down so they don't snag on anything, trees or anything while you're moving through. As soon as we deploy into that position, the MG2 is going to flip up the sights, get the belt loaded in, and get rounds downrange. Now, if we're moving and we're engaged while we're moving, we've got a few options. This belt's usually either wrapped around the gun or just sort of carried while you're moving. Now you can either use the bipod. Let's get it. There we go. As a carry mount, so you can fire from the hip, or the bipod stows up away. There you go. Hold that, and you can fire it over your friend's shoulder there. Very loud, obviously. He's going to be. He's going to have his helmet on, but he's going to have his head right down away from the gun, just because you've got the muzzle flash coming out there that's deafening, literally. And then you'd support your belt yourself then as the MG1. So. This only came in the mid-war period, the MG42, sort of any time before 42, 43, you're talking about the MG34, which is the earlier machine gun. Same role, just a lot more difficult to manufacture, lots more machining involved and much more expensive to produce. But it serves a similar role. This had a higher rate of fire than 34. We're talking about 1,200 rounds a minute with this. So
it's the later model as well.
Yeah, this is the later model with the rolled machined cocking handle. The earlier ones had a slab-sided cocking handle coming out the side. But yeah, you could really put some range down, put some rounds down range with these, and you'd need a lot of ammunition.
So you're waiting for that house before you turn your head? Yeah. And then we'll do a bit of turning. So when you're turning, you're always turning on the... So if you're given the command to your left foot, if you give the command, you turn like that, and slide your right foot in. Right? So it's always your left foot. So when you start marching, you start on the left foot. Abteilung! Legs Legs Rechts Up when you're turning to the right, then you use the forward. Rechts So we'll do about turn. Abteilung! Kehrt You use the ball of your left foot to get yourself around. Alright? Abteilung, kehrt
Provosts and military police officers will go ahead to get troops to try and load the most efficient, sacred practices in the areas near the beaches. And one such officer is here now. We've got a lead route here, we can feed the troops with water them, put the fighting spirit back into them, and pull them back into battle against the German enemy. Are they German? Are they British? We should say. Our regimental provost is giving chances. Bedford engines. It is soldiers of the British Expeditionary Force. Let's give them a cheer. They're retreating, but there's still plenty of fight left in them. Yep, they're going to be stopped and inspected. And we'll find out who they are. screeching out of the sky, pasting the ground with their bombs. It's been a hit on the French tank transporter, they've knocked it out. Are there any more? We look to the skies. Can you see any more aircraft? No, I think we're in the clear. It's a close run thing. We've lost a French tank with no casualties. Thank goodness for that. Let's hope those sentries have their eyes peeled. German ambush! On the high ground! Machine gun next! Soldiers deploying! Open fire! Grenades thrown. There's a heavy fire going down. The Germans have the advantage. The British expedition is coming down. There's not much cover. They're just behind that vehicle. There's not much they can do. Nice song. He's going to
See that?
Lieutenant, in a good cover position. If you can get a holding on the right flank, the Germans are being down, softly advancing. A one-man section, maybe some of the men can get away. There he goes. He's scoring the German fire. Man, quickly! He's in! The Germans are pushing down hard. He's putting down covering fire. The brain gun has fallen silent. I think that a few British soldiers putting their hands up. The Germans have got them well and truly covered. Will the Germans emerge? Will Lieutenant Jimmy Langley emerge? Is he still alive? He is still alive. I think a round of applause and a cheer for Lieutenant Jimmy Langley, 2nd Battalion Coldstream Guards. He's brought time for his men to get away, most of them anyway. He's taken a hit though. And now the Germans can round up more prisoners. This is sadly a fighting retreat. A large number of men of the BEF went into the bag, as the saying goes. The Germans are well and truly in control of the situation. German NCO comes up to Lieutenant Langley. This is a moment of danger. Will he be shot out of hand? We're going to see what the German has to say to him. Well, that was unexpected, but entirely accurate. That is indeed what the German captain said to Lieutenant Langley as he went into the bag. Do you have any mind? Now the Germans will pick through the camp. To be fair to them, these ordinary soldiers are the German here, the German army. Observe the Geneva Convention and the rules of war. Prisoners will be treated. Even if they go into a prisoner of war camp, the wounded will be patched up, but they too will end up in a prisoner of war camp. Intelligence is sought, maps, document cases. The soldiers are certainly disarmed, but we managed to get some away. You'll see most of Jimmy Langley's force managed to get away. They are en route to Dunkirk right now, and hopefully they will be evacuated. But, I'm afraid to say, victory in this case, on this small field of France, does go to the German army today. And there we go, 2 soldiers marched off to the cage, into the bag. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude our Dunkirk display. If you enjoyed it, please put your hands together.